Hello, welcome back to the Stay Fitness channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Daniela. I'm a fitness, nutrition and life coach specialized in obesity and diabetes management. So today I am proposing to you a recipe that I found on the YouTube channel Keto Asian Flavours. You probably know Anne from making the noodle recipe, the keto noodle recipe, the one with the sodium alginate and the calcium chloride lactate. So on her channel I found this recipe for this Vietnamese sausages. I thought they look amazing. I thought the technique was really interesting and I wanted to give it a go. Yeah, they turned out amazing, and I think even if you're not gonna make them Vietnamese inspired flavors, you can use the same technique to make other types of sausage. It could be like Italian sausage or any flavors you like. It could be simple salt and pepper, and you can keep it carnivore that way. But I think it's just really interesting, this technique of blending the meat, making like an emulsion. It allows the sausage to be denser and it keeps the juices, it keeps a lot of juices in, so the juices don't just run out when it cooks. Yeah, it's just so nice to make like a homemade type sausage instead of buying it. So let's have a look on how I made them. So basically the recipe calls for prawns. I used the bag which was 180 grams. The full recipe is 200 grams. And I also added a whole head of garlic and I blend them up so it was like a nice fine paste type thing. And then I added 500 grams of pork. The original recipe was 700 grams, but here we have packs of 500, so that's what I did. And I put the pork into the freezer for about an hour, but that's optional, it just helps the emulsion. And then I added all of the seasoning, which is like fish sauce, onion powder, white pepper. I added some apple cider vinegar because it cooks for cooking wine, so I just thought it was a good substitution. Some allulose and baking powder. Of course, I'm gonna leave you the recipe in the description below. I'm also gonna give you the link for the original recipe. So once everything was blended, I put it into the fridge to marinate. You can do that the day before and leave it overnight. And as a side, I'm making some carrot kimchi. I'm not gonna give you the full recipe yet because the mixture for the kimchi was actually given to me by my friend just to give it a try. But yeah, basically the reason I'm eating carrots is where I like them, and they also have an estrogen binding like type of fiber, so it's really good to eat raw carrots. So I thought I'd try fermented because I love fermentation. So all I did is I grate a whole bunch of carrots, cover them in salt and let all the water drain out for like about half an hour to an hour, and then you rinse all the salt out and you kind of squeeze all the water out. I just did it with my hands. And then I just use this condiment that my friend Liz gave me, which is classic kimchi ingredients. She used sweetener, so it's totally keto. And then you can leave it on your counter to ferment until you're happy with the fermentation stage, basically, and then you put it into the fridge. So yeah, after maybe like an hour or so, I took the meat out and then I just handmade some sausages. I must say that I made them pretty huge. So maybe you can make them smaller so they cook a little faster. And in her video uses some sort of gadget to make these sausages. Of course I don't have one, so I just handmade them and then fry them. They burn really easily. I'm not sure if it's the allulose, the caramelizes so quick. So I had to keep really close eye, make sure that I don't burn them. And when they were ready, I just sliced them up. Oh yeah, completely forgot. In the meantime, while the sausages were getting at room temperature, I also made my favorite condiment. It's like a Vietnamese Thai type condiment. It's really simple. It's just loads of garlic, loads of chili, a mild chili here, it's not about spice, with a bit of sweetener, white vinegar and fish sauce. I made a whole bunch because it's really good to then use on any meats or anything like that, like any just anything you want, like an extra kick of flavor on top is really nice. So when everything was ready, I just plated it up. I sliced the sausage, I put some mint, some cucumber, and some carrot kimchi, and then I poured on a little bit of that condiment. I didn't make the sausages too salty because I think there's always a chance to add a little bit more salt at the end rather than making them super salty at the beginning, but that's up to you how salty you want them. And here they are. I think it looks pretty amazing, super yummy, but let's have a taste. So here it is. I'm gonna take a bit of kimchi, carrot, cucumber. Yeah, it's so not like, I can show you, like the sausage, you see the juice is pouring out, the sausage is so juicy, not dry at all. The fact that we emulsify the meat, it gives it kind of like a bit of a spongy texture, which is a bit different than probably what you're used to. But it just melts in your mouth. This is the juiciest sausage I've ever eaten, I think. So yeah, I really hope you give this technique a try. Of course, as I say, you can make you can make like sun-dried tomato and basil sausages, or some type of Mexican, or anything you want basically, and yeah, make something homemade. It's relatively fast and easy. I think the hardest, honestly, the longest thing to do, it was peeling all that garlic. So if you skip that, or just use a bit of garlic powder or something like that, you can't taste the prawns at all. And I like it because I'm not a huge fan of seafood, but it's important to eat it. It's high on lots of minerals and things that you don't get from muscle meat, so adding it is definitely a bonus. And yeah, so I hope you give it a try. Thanks, Anne, for making this recipe. Please subscribe to the channel, share the video with friends and family, and comment below what kind of sausage you would make, what flavors you would use. If you did if you're intrigued with this recipe, would you give it a go? But yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.